Miller, all-time great player, tweeted out either yesterday or this morning that Ben Simmons has zero competitiveness. I mean, just trashed Ben Simmons. Do you think that's a fair criticism?
Yeah, I mean, Reggie's a sellout. I mean, let's get serious. Half of these people that want to comment on these things, they're all establishment shills. None of them want to talk about the real issues. So what they do is they get their checks signed to talk about these petty issues. And so I just don't really give them any leeway or a voice at all. I mean, when I see that Reggie Miller made a comment, I'm like, you're a sellout on the shelf. That's it. Ben Simmons, I don't know what's going on with Ben Simmons. Something clearly is going on with him. He's young still. He has all the time and all the skill to become a very good NBA All-Star.
Let's say Kyrie Irving decided to sit out. Let's say he got vaccinated, but decided to sit out because he was in support of BLM and he still didn't like what was going on culturally with the police and his people, and he missed every single game. Would that writer have dare ask, hey, do you think Kyrie really should have sat out all those games in support of BLM and police brutality? This is the agenda. I find it hard to believe, Jason, that every single media member, whether it's television, radio, newspaper, print, or internet, has the exact same belief about the vaccine. But it's almost as if they are pushing a message for two reasons. Number one, it's the only agenda they're allowed to push. And number two, and I understand this, they want to keep their jobs. But it goes to show you, and I saw this firsthand a couple years ago, you're not even allowed to have a dissenting opinion.
Jemele Hill. Jemele Hill allegedly is a journalist. Her greatest contribution to journalism is a tweet. Now, there's not a journalist alive who would not be embarrassed by the fact that, hey, I got 20 years in this thing, and the only thing people know about me is a tweet. A 14 or 15 word tweet, no substance, no facts, no information, a tweet of an unfounded opinion is what you're known for. That's embarrassing. Jemele Hill, her whole relevance. Donald Trump is a white supremacist who has largely surrounded himself with other white supremacists. That's her contribution to journalism. A half-baked opinion spewed over Twitter.
This is crazy to me that we're allowing people to sit in such mental illness and want to be called they and them when you're a singular person. You're male or female, period. And I don't care how talented you are. I don't care how beautiful you are. You cannot make sense of this. And listening to Red Table Talk, anybody that watches the show, it is like watching bad porn. All you hear the entire show is, yes, ooh, as if they're really saying something deep. And everybody knows how I feel about Jada. If your woman watches Red Table Talk, you are doomed, because you are with someone that has absolutely no logic and no sense at all.
Shemeka, I can't wait to see this overtime slip you're going to hit us with after making you work all day yesterday and bring you right back again today.
Thank you, Jason. And I want to give away your secret if it's okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jason. Happy birthday to you.
I feel like JFK, and that was Marilyn Monroe singing happy. Didn't Marilyn Monroe sing happy birthday to JFK? Am I right about that? Anyway,
Yes.
I'm the oldest person here. I should know that. But anyway, thank you for that.
23rd, The Hill came out with a story It says, following a 3-year review, the Army has scrapped plans to use the same physical fitness test for all soldiers, choosing instead to have some reduced standards to allow women and older soldiers to pass. This is in the United States Army. So we're lowering standards in war. For some reason, I don't think Russia or China or whoever we may be in battle with cares too much about the physical fitness. We used to say, hey, we need to reach these goals so that we know that the guy that you're in the foxhole with is protected. And now we're like, yeah, but it's a girl. Well, yeah, but I might die. Yeah, but it's a girl and she needs to be included. It's all about inclusivity. And so Taylor has joined the arena and said, they're trying to discredit me. They're all misogynists. Everybody needs to cater to me. Again, I am woman, hear me roar. And by doing that, needs to lower the standards for everyone, except the standards for which she gets to use, because she gets to do the doxing, but don't you dare dox her. So it's very one-sided. It doesn't make any sense, but it doesn't have to because it's emotional.
It's just like on this show, Jason, I am the only female here, the first lady of Fearless. Now, I could just sit and cry and say, oh my God, those men are so smart and so strong or academic. Or I could just do what I can do, which is wear my shoulders out and do the best I can and try.
That's not all you can do.
And compete as best I can, because as you say, pressure busts pipes, and you can either do it or you just get trampled over. And so I do think that we have to start making people be accountable and responsible and say it is time to stand up and fight. Even the women, our country is really gone down. And if we want to save it, we're going to have to come together, and people that are weak just need to move out the way, make some lemonade, do whatever it is you feel like you can do. But we have to be hard on the men, because in my opinion, it's the men that's going to save the country.
So we have to ask ourselves as citizens, do we really value our citizenship? Do we really value America? Do we value our lives? Because we are completely indoctrinated and dead set on a zealot-like capitulation and participation as viewers with institutions, sports institutions, who have sold us out. And when the one young man like me speaks up, everybody gets off, everybody gets their catharsis by saying, Royce, you just weren't good enough to play. That's why they wanted you out. You just weren't good enough. Who would believe that? Somebody who needs the establishment to give them the validation to continue to follow. We're in a dogfight now for the truth. You, me, the rest of the Fearless Army, the Fearless audience, every single man, woman, and child from here to Beijing is in a dogfight for the future. What the NBA was saying was, you're right, young man. You're right about truth. You're right about media. You're right about the corporatocracy. You're right about globalism. You're right about Satan. But you don't have enough power to do anything about it. And instead of us actually confronting the lies and doing what's right, we'd rather you kill yourself. They want every American, God-loving, freedom-allegiant person in this country and around the world to kill themselves. You know why? Because they're nihilists. There's nothing better for Satan than to get a person to kill themselves. In World War II, the height of carnage was people killing each other. After that, they pivoted. I don't pivot. I never pivot, especially not for no neoliberal establishment, no white liberal woman. We don't pivot. Strong black men, we don't pivot. They pivoted.
Trans is where it's at. Look, I'm Caitlyn Jenner. I'm trans. I'm a 6-time Olympian. And then it's well, every other person is trans on TV. Even that's not the case, obviously, in real life. But every other person you see is trans, or the issue of transgenderism is on every other station. So now what do you have to do? Now you have to become pansexual or demisexual or non-binary or queer. And we're to the point, and I said this yesterday on Twitter, where chromosomes in the bio are going to be a lot more useful than pronouns in the bio, because in a couple of years, it's going to be hard to determine the true identity of a pansexual, non-binary, demi-boy, genderqueer, atheist, polysexual with borderline personality disorder. You're going to need a graduate degree in queer theory from an Ivy League school just to determine whether that person is a male or female.
Charles Barkley and Shaq, I thought when they got together, it was too much of a good thing several years ago. It seemed a little bit like there weren't enough basketballs or enough shots for all of them. But I think Shaq is beginning to defer a little bit more to Charles. And both of them are what I call the Black Walt Kowalski. Remember Clint Eastwood's character in Gran Torino? They became that bitter old guy. Hey, kids, get off my lawn. He hated everybody. I love the fact that both of them do not give 2 cents about what these young, entitled players have to say about them. And Charles Barkley, this is right up your alley, Jason. You said that Twitter and social media is poison. Can we give Sir Charles some credit? He has not taken a sip. He'll say whatever he wants without trying to even assuage any feelings. And then Kevin Durant, Kevin, you need to get off Twitter and social media. You know, for everyone that's jumping off Twitter because of Elon Musk, don't worry about it. Kevin Durant has 50 burner accounts to make up for you. So it's a